Hey guys, what's up? It's the Trade Block Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the finals. We're a little late, and the Heat are already down 2-0, and they're injured. It doesn't look too good. We'll be talking about NFL Week 4, get into some upset predictions and predictions in general, and talk about COVID situation, see how that's going to be handled. So let's get into the NBA first. Is there any hope for the Heat?
Yes, there is. And I'll tell you why. Week 1, we came out absolutely flopped. We had a good run in the first quarter, and then just it ended. It was over. I was like, we're getting swept. Game 2, no Bam, no Dragic. We still had Jimmy. Jimmy's performing at such a high level in these finals. Honestly, I think he's been the bright spot of our team. But no Bam, no Dragic. And we still were down only 10 in the fourth. They could have ran away with it, and they didn't. If Bam comes back, Olynyk plays less minutes because I hate Kelly Olynyk. He might be one of the worst players in NBA history. If Bam comes back, if Olynyk gets COVID, I think, honestly, we could steal a game. And then, well, yeah, that's it. I don't think the series goes beyond 5, honestly.
Well, here's the thing about Bam and Dragic. I think it's time for a little segment I like to call MD Riley's predictions. Okay, number 1, starting with Bam, shoulder injury. What do we know about shoulder injuries? I'll tell you. One time I was at summer camp, I fell on my shoulder. We were playing basketball. I got back up, and I started playing. This is what we need from Bam. We need him to not care, be the beast that he is, and just start playing basketball. Because it's the finals. Okay? Now, Goran Dragic, he's really cool, the Dragon. He's got a foot injury, specifically a torn plantar fascia. That just means, he's kind of feeling out of it, which is fine. Basically, he's going to be back next game. He's subverting everyone's expectations, and there's no reason why he shouldn't be back.
I can't believe we gave him the green light to do this segment.
Now, everything that you've heard here is not a fact. I'm not a doctor.
Nope, it's 100% factual. I think
and
this is coming from a medical expert right here.
And we're not legally liable for anything that you just heard. If these predictions don't come true, then it's Lakers in 4, though. So, let's hope.
Wow. I'm really happy that we have a doctor on set. I think it really helps with all of our takes and why Riley's takes are so good all the time.
Sure.
But that's besides the point. The Heat have underperformed, and I think it's mainly because of their defense. I mean, we were talking about it before, and I said that they would need to take away one of the 2 players, regardless of if it was LeBron or AD, and they were going to have to throw multiple bodies on them and make sure that they switch up their defensive looks so the Lakers don't get too confident and figure it out, so they open up the entire floor for players like Rajon Rondo to become good three-point shooters. But anyway, they haven't been doing that, and now probably their most versatile defensive asset, Bam Adebayo, who I know Riley's take is that he's going to get up and play, but, he's still doubtful. So if he doesn't come back, they have absolutely no shot at stopping Anthony Davis. The man made his first 11 of 12 shots or something. And even when Bam comes back, LeBron and AD are probably still going to consistently put up 30-point games. I think what it comes down to, if the Heat are going to come back, is the supporting cast, because they've been underperforming as well. And the Lakers have been overperforming, I think. So it's really just the Lakers coming to play. The Heat, I think, got in their heads a little bit. They weren't supposed to win their Eastern Conference, and they did, coming in here with a chip on their shoulder, which has obviously hurt them a little bit. And I think they've disappointed themselves and everyone who was thinking that the Heat are going to be able to pull this off.
Harsh words from Benji.
I'll say this. If, as Andre says, your idea of hope is stealing one game, yes, there is hope, okay? There is hope to steal one game. even if Bam and Goran don't come back, I still say the Heat have a very good shot at stealing one game. However, this series is over. Now, we've said that about the Clippers-Nuggets series before, and we know how that turned out. But seriously, like, AD is playing the best basketball of his life. 15 for 20, 32 points, however many boards. He's unstoppable right now. Bam coming back will definitely help, but it's not going to fully counteract AD. Why? Because they play a zone. They don't play man-to-man primarily. If it was Bam versus AD, that would be an interesting matchup. But it's the zone versus AD. And AD and Bron are absolutely just shredding it right now. I think they will continue to shred it. And Rondo's been playing well. Kuzma's been playing well. Caruso's been playing well. KCP is shooting well. Danny Green, oh wait, he still can't make a shot. But it should be Lakers in 4 or 5. I mean, this series is effectively over. Props to the Heat. And also, stop the Kelly Olynyk slander. He played very well last night.
No.
Second,
Keep the Kelly
second,
Olynyk slander.
Second
not.
highest
No.
scorer on the team. When your second highest scorer on the team is Kelly Olynyk, that's when you know you're in trouble.
Wilt Chamberlain, on the amount of shots Kelly Olynyk could have put up 300 easily. Kelly Olynyk might be one of the worst players of all time. Okay. I was going to get into the zone and everything, but here's how the Heat can still win. All right? I don't know if it's possible. This is just the only way that it can happen. Listen up, Spo. Listen up, Pat Riley. Listen up, 49th Street, okay? We need Bam back. I know Dragic is a killer. I know he's been our leading scorer this postseason, but he is not as valuable as Bam. And I'll tell you why. Because Anthony Davis is going to be Finals MVP. I think even if the Heat somehow still pull this out, Anthony Davis might still be Finals MVP. He's been playing amazing. We need Bam back. We need to get out of the zone. We need to put Bam and Jimmy on Anthony Davis at all times. It needs to be the Florida State Penitentiary on Anthony Davis, honestly. Like, we need to lock him up. We need to make LeBron beat us, all right? LeBron is still the best player in the world. He's still the second best basketball player of all time, even at 35 years old. But if we want to have a chance, we need to make him make those tough shots, all right? If he beats us, fine. It's whatever. It was already heading towards that. But we need to put him in a place where he needs to carry AD, because right now AD is killing us. And we need to get out of the zone, which I think we'll do because Spo has shown that he can adapt to stuff on the fly. So hopefully it happens. Hopefully we can steal 1 or 2. I don't see it happening though.
No, I don't think anyone sees it happening. But before we keep talking about this, I just want to say that I think the Kelly Olynyk slander needs to go way up. I don't think you can ever justify a 7-foot big man taking fadeaway 30 feet 3-point jumpers 5 times in a game because he's garbage.
24, 9, and 2. He dropped 24, 9, and 2. That's a solid stat line, okay?
I don't care.
I'm like,
Very
what, like
solid stat
70
line.
shots? He took like 15 threes.
Kelly Olynyk should not have the ball in his hands that much.
3 for 7 from 3. 3 for 7 from 3.
Yeah, but did you see him shoot down the stretch? And did you see what happened? That's when he's his worst. He's
To be
the opposite
fair.
of clutch.
If he made those threes, it would be National Kelly Olynyk Day right now. And you know it. We would have won that game, and it would have been Kelly Olynyk Day in Florida.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty interesting, I think. But getting into the NFL, a lot has actually been going on. We're already in week 4, and we're getting our first COVID cases. So, many people thought that it was going to be earlier, but it's only week 4, which is good news. And there's a lot of stuff that's been happening. The Chiefs are absolutely selling themselves as, team number 1 above the Ravens. As you guys know, they kind of blew them out last week, and it made Lamar Jackson look pretty silly. I guess we can get into some predictions. Obviously, the Broncos and Jets already played, and the Jets are probably going to go 0-16 because they're awful, and Adam Gase is running that team into the ground. But Sam Darnold actually looked all right.
Free Sam Darnold.
Free Sam Darnold.
Yep. It's going to be free Trevor Lawrence soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to take a moment to talk about that game for a second. So, the past 2 weeks, the NFL has thought it's been a good idea to have prime time games featuring the Dolphins, the Jaguars, the Jets, and the Broncos. I don't know what they're trying to do. They're already not making money on ticket sales, and then they're throwing these games out to fans on Thursday night. Like, people are going to tune in. I love football as much as the next guy, but I didn't watch the Jets and the Broncos game because I couldn't. I watched the first 10 minutes, and I was like, I'm turning this off. There was playoff baseball on. I was like, you know what? I'd rather watch baseball than watch the Thursday night football game. So that's how I spent my Thursday night. I don't know exactly what the next Thursday night game is going to be, but I hope it's going to be better than those. Anyway, Riley, what game did you want to talk about first?
Hold on, can I say something quickly about that Thursday night game?
Please.
Yeah.
Sunday night games are great. They're fantastic. We had Green Bay and New Orleans. I don't know who we had before that. But Sunday night games are always great. Monday night games, usually always good too, with the exception of like Saints Raiders, but even that got interesting because the Raiders demolished them.
Yeah, that was an interesting game.
We had Chiefs Ravens, which was a gift from the gods. But those games are right back to back, you know? Like the Sunday night and the Monday night are right back to back. If you are really into football, that stretch from Monday to Sunday is brutal, right? Like it's nothing. It's not like the NBA where there's games like week round. So what's your only hope? That Thursday night is amazing. It's that game that we need to like carry us through the week. Jets Broncos. The only reason I watched was because I had Jerry Jeudy starting in a fantasy league, and as soon as he caught his touchdown, I switched to the Padres game, and it was much more interesting than Jets Broncos. I think we need to replace all Thursday night games with Monday night games. Honestly, I think we need to swap them.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to keep in mind, I just looked at the rest of the Thursday night slates, and there's some pretty solid games. You have like Niners, Packers, hopefully with the healthy Packers. You have like Bills, Patriots or something, Seahawks and Cardinals. Some interesting games, but then you have a 2-week stretch.
Really try to slip the Cardinals in there, huh?
Seahawks.
That'll be a good game. All right.
Thought we would have noticed that.
I don't care. All right, but hear me out. In week 7 and 8, you have
I saw what it is.
Jake knows.
I just saw what it is.
You have the Giants and the Eagles.
Oh.
And then the very
Bacon.
next week, you have the Falcons and the Panthers. So they're
two
really
fantastic games right there. I don't know what you're talking about.
they're really
Giants, Eagles.
they're not
All I know
that's
is
gonna be a tough one.
the Panthers are going to have one of the greatest comebacks of all time. That's all I know.
I'd
Top
hope so.
offense.
If I were a betting man, and I am.
Go check out VR betting.
Yeah. Well, how did that go for you on the Chiefs Ravens over under?
There's no
how did
way.
that go for you?
Oh
The
yeah,
last
yeah.
7 minutes of a Chiefs Ravens game, no points are scored. Like that's impossible. But if I were a betting man, and I very obviously am, I would take the Panthers over the Falcons with everything I have. But that's just me.
Yeah. But one game I want to get into is the battle of the practice squads, the Eagles versus the 49ers.
Yeah.
You know, obviously these teams are pretty banged up. I looked at the Eagles depth roster and I did not know. I think I only know two people. It was like Carson Wentz and Darius Slay. And then obviously on the San Francisco, they have Bosa out. They have a lot of their D linemen out. They have Mostert out. They have Coleman out. Jimmy G's out. So I think this is going to be just kind of like showing us what not having a preseason does to some NFL games, having all these players banged up. But ultimately, I have to go with the 49ers just because the Eagles have been looking terrible. They tied the Bengals. They lost to the Redskins. Overall, just a really bad team this year. I don't think anyone's expecting them to do well. definitely less than 500.
Well,
and- yeah.
well, I don't know about
So,
anyone. I don't know about anyone. So let me just look. First of all, let's get to the injuries, right? Two top left tackles, Andre Dillard and Jason Peters, out. Injured reserve for Jason Peters. Dillard's out for the season. Our top left guard, out. Our right guard, our all-pro right guard, Brandon Brooks, out. Our wide receiver, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 8, all out.
Why are you saying our like you're part of the front office?
No. Actually, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Listen. I have stuck with this team for so long. Okay.
Since the Super Bowl, man, it's been a good 3 years.
Before that too. Okay, that Super Bowl year was the best. That was just an amazing time. Since then, it's interesting. Goddard's out. 3 of our top 5 cornerbacks are out, and a safety is out.
I didn't know you guys had cornerbacks.
It's crazy. We have 4 active wide receivers and 4 active cornerbacks that are healthy for the game. It's crazy. Our top wide receiver, Greg Ward.
Okay, it's
amazing.
How does this help make your argument that the Eagles are going to beat the 49ers?
But yet, we're gonna pull it out.
How?
We're gonna win.
How?
There's no way.
Right,
you just listed
here we go.
that half of your team was on IR, and you're still gonna beat the 49ers.
Here we go. Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. I don't honestly think you're ready for this.
I don't think.
Are you ready?
Okay, here we go. Right. So, the 49ers, right? What was their strongest point like all of last year? Their D-line, right? Bosa's out. Thomas is out. Okay, that's true. That's 2 huge losses. But what has been the one bright spot this year for the Eagles? Not Carson Wentz, because he's pretty bad.
Right.
It's
spot.
Miles.
What are you talking about?
Miles Sanders has been the bright spot. Okay.
Okay.
Listen. He's averaging about 5 yards per carry. Okay, and he has been the one key guy that if we give the ball to, he's gonna make something happen. Doug Peterson is going to feed him the ball. Okay, and against this depleted 49ers D-line, he's going to feast. Okay, Carson Wentz will make the throws when he needs to, even if it's to all practice squad wide receivers. Okay, he's gonna make the throws, and we're gonna win a very low-scoring game. Okay, the defense will do what it needs to. Darius Slay will shut down everyone, literally an entire wide receiver core. He's gonna shut them all down. Kittle is back, which does worry me a little bit. But besides that, there's like no one on that offense.
Deebo Samuel's back.
Yeah, but that's Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel.
Okay. Can we clip that? Can we clip that and then show it to Jake on Monday?
When Deebo Samuel has 18 catches, 400 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, when Deebo outperforms Miles Sanders, then
I don't know.
Miles Sanders, you guys sleep on everyone sleeps on Miles Sanders. I swear. But
whatever. It's because he hasn't carried your team at all. Because you haven't won any of your games. You tied the Bengals, and that's why
we did.
That's why people aren't sleeping. This is just the regular Miles Sanders. He's not.
He's got to show us something. I mean, he's been good.
Show us he can carry a team. Show us he can carry a team, and I'll be impressed.
Okay. All right.
Well, I go through things very logically, so let's just start there. Let's start on the offense, okay? Jimmy G and Kittle are a better duo right now than Wentz and Ertz. That's not even a debate. Nick Mullins and Kittle are still a better duo than Wentz and Ertz.
That is highly debatable.
You guys have a slightly better running back. Slightly. You lose O-line. You lose that contest. You lose D-line. You clearly lose defense because if one of your cornerbacks goes out, Jalen Hurts going to have to start. Speaking of which, Greg Ward Jr.? Greg Ward Jr., really. That's going to be your leading receiver.
Absolute legend.
You need Aguilar back, man. That was a bad cut.
We need JJ Arcega-Whiteside back, and he's trash. He's certified trash. This might be one of the worst Eagles squads I've ever seen in my life. I would not touch the Eagles for the next 3 weeks at least. Even if they get this win, I wouldn't. But that's just me. Whatever.
Yeah, I think Mike Vick's dogs have a better chance at winning this game than the Eagles. But anyway, when I look at matchups like these, where something is wrong on both sides, it could be a short week, on-field issues like what's going on right now with injuries, off-field issues. There's been a lot of commotion like with the Jets. I look to the coaching staffs because ultimately they're going to be the people who are going to push their teams to get the win. I was talking about it last week with Miami and Jacksonville, and I said that I had faith in Brian Flores because I think that the Dolphins coaching staff is just better than the Jags. This 49ers coaching staff might be the best in the NFL, or I think it's probably a top 5 coaching staff. Kyle Shanahan, in my opinion, is the best offensive play caller right now outside of maybe Andy Reid.
Josh McDaniels. Or
Sean
No.
McVay.
Yeah, like Josh
Sean
McDaniels.
McVay
Nah.
is up there too.
Or like
But-
Josh McDaniels. Yeah.
No.
I mean,
No.
Kyle Shanahan. No, don't say no. That's not fair. You can't say Josh McDaniels. No, Kyle Shanahan is the only person, at least in his age group right now, to make it to a Super Bowl as an offensive coordinator and as a head coach. The run game that he has designed there behind that offensive line, absolutely incredible. You can put anyone in there. I mean, Jeff Wilson scored a touchdown last week. He scored 2 touchdowns. One was receiving, but overall really impressive. And he makes do with the players that he has, unlike the Eagles, which have kind of struggled. So I don't see a world where the Eagles win this game, especially on prime time. I expect Nick Mullins to outperform Carson Wentz, and that's going to be that. That's my prediction for that game.
I have a question for you guys. Oh wait, no, you go ahead.
I just want to counter that point really quickly. First off, Doug Peterson has not had a good year. He has not been coaching well at all. I expect him to simplify the playbook, a lot more RPOs, feeding the ball to Miles Sanders, please. And I expect him. And by the way, you mentioned Kyle Shanahan made the Super Bowl as both an offensive coordinator and a head coach. That's really cool. He lost both of them, but and one of them was the 28-3. We all know what happened there.
Yeah,
Riley,
he put up.
I think we do know.
Do you want to blame that on the offense or the defense, though?
I don't know. Anyways, obviously, I'm just throwing that out there. But I have all being completely realistic, there is no reason the Eagles should win this game. I just have a gut feeling. Okay, there's a gut feeling.
You got a feeling every week.
A
You're
gut
gonna have one for
feeling.
16
Like
weeks.
how you thought they would beat the Bengals.
I have a gut feeling that the Eagles are going to win this game.
I had a gut feeling that the Lions were going to beat the Packers, and we all know how that ended. So.
Hey, look, they're up 14-3. Oh wait.
I was like, yeah, Detroit's looking mighty fine right now, aren't they?
And then Aaron Jones dropped 200 yards.
Okay,
Yeah, all right.
Okay. All right. I have a question for you guys, because obviously we're talking about injuries right now, especially to the 49ers. If you're the Chiefs, you clearly are the best team in the league right now. I'd say the Ravens are behind you slightly. I'd say the Packers are behind you slightly.
Seahawks.
Okay. Seahawks, sure. Yeah. You're obviously a contender. You're obviously the Super Bowl favorite. And you have, let's say, like a week you already clinched your division. You have like a week 13 matchup against the Giants or the Jets, whoever you want. Actually, they're playing the Jets week 8. And you have to go into MetLife. Do you start Mahomes? Do you start Clyde? Do you start Kelsey? I'm thinking no. Just go in with the reserves, honestly. I'm saying no. This field, even the players are talking about it. Everyone's talking about it. It's just another example of how bad the Jets and the Giants are. Like if you don't even have home
even their
advantage,
facilities are bad.
honestly.
I mean, they could sit like everyone, and they could still win by 20. I mean, it doesn't really matter,
Andy Reid could be the running back, and they would lose.
Andy Reid's a
Oh my
tank,
God.
though. Let's not.
Yeah, they could put him in a
start Andy
fullback.
Reid in my fantasy league. But yeah, like what I'm saying is like if you're going into the Jets and Giants, like why start your main guy? Like if you have a star, Like, why start? You know, just take the L. I feel like taking an L on your record is better than your star being done for the year because you're playing on MetLife turf.
But who's going to tackle any of the Chiefs players on the Jets? Like, let's be honest. Like,
There's
there's no
turf. I thought we just
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I don't think teams do that, but honestly, if you clinch home, if you're 13-1 and you're going into MetLife and any player on your team has the slightest bit of any injury, sit them.
If they sneeze too often.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, don't take them on the trip. Just keep them home. They can watch it from the couch. I'm sure that nothing's going to change. Honestly, with that Chiefs defense, I think the quarterbacks on the opposing teams are probably more likely to get injured if they haven't been already from playing on that field. So, yeah, but the Chiefs I wouldn't be surprised if they had a first-round bye by then. And
by week 8?
No, not by week 8. If they're playing a team in like
Jets,
13.
Week 8.
Oh, week 8? Oh, if we're talking about week 8, no, they're gonna play week 8. But if you're going on, I know that they play the Falcons later in the year. Like, you don't need to start Travis Kelce.
No, you do. They're gonna put up a lot of points. The Falcons always put up a lot of points. You need to play
with Russell Gage and Calvin Ridley. That's one of the best wide receiver duos I've ever seen.
No, honestly,
they've dropped 40 on anyone.
They've consistently been putting up like 30 points.
I love that wide receiver core. I don't even know who's wide receiver 3, and I still love it. So yeah.
I want to talk about one of my. Oh wait, are you gonna go?
Go, bro.
No, okay. I was gonna talk about one of my upsets for the week, and I think it's only fair because if Jake gets to be biased and pick the Eagles, then I get to be biased and pick the Dolphins.
No bias. There's no bias. But anyways.
Yeah, okay, there's no bias.
I fully 100% believe that. So.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what happens on Sunday. But I'm picking the Dolphins because I think that it's going to be a shootout, and ultimately the Dolphins defense is going to play better than the Seahawks defense. Jamal Adams isn't playing. And he makes it. I see Riley looking kind of crazy.
You're saying that the Seattle offense may be the second best offense in the entire league.
No one said that.
Are you gonna argue with that?
I would.
Yeah,
I'll say Russell Wilson is the best quarterback.
Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Chris Carson.
No, as soon as you started diving into those,
I still have the Ravens and the Packers in terms of offense ahead of them.
I don't
know
the Ravens. No. All right, top 5 offense. You think that the top 5 offense in the Seahawks is going to do worse against Miami's defense, which hasn't even been that good, than Miami's pretty bad offense against Seattle's like kind of bad defense?
Pretty bad. It's really bad defense. It's really
okay,
bad.
Yeah, but
it's a bottom 10 to bottom 5 defense.
Okay, but so is like Miami.
Especially without Jamal Adams. No, it is not. Miami has an average defense.
Okay, but look, the Seahawks offensively are just going to put up way too many points. Like they put up so many points. It's crazy. They're just going to lob. They're just going to lob on like 50 yards to DK Metcalf, and this time he's not going to fumble on the one. This time, because he's probably the next Julio Jones, I believe. So,
so he's going to be trash.
Yeah, I hope that you pump the brakes a little bit on that one. That was a little too hot for me.
No,
but
I get the appeal for the Dolphins.
Yeah,
I don't get the appeal at all. I don't get it.
And the defense is all right. And Fitzpatrick looks like MVP Fitzpatrick that we see once a year. Yeah, I get the appeal. This is the Seattle Seahawks, man. I don't care if you're talking about them being trash on the lines. I don't care if you're talking about them having a bottom 10 defense. They're going to obliterate the Dolphins. I'm sorry. You can quote me on that.
That's fine. Hey, traveling literally across the entire country.
Andy, this is why you have the worst record out of all of us.
Yeah, honestly.
No, I just pick more upsets than you, and they're usually wrong.
You pick bad upsets.
We need to bring up the records like
Exactly.
Are there good upsets?
every quarter of the year.
Yeah, they're good.
This is
upsets.
the Dolphins. It's a good upset pick.
Okay.
An example of what a good upset pick would have been was my beloved Patriots against the Chiefs this
I thought you were
week.
gonna say the
They're
Eagles against the
still
49ers.
playing. Why are you acting like that? Why are you acting like some tragedy happened?
The
and
X
they're not gonna
factor.
play?
The X factor was Cam Newton. He revitalized the offense with another pocket passer. The Patriots offense is like bottom 10. Okay, they need someone like Cam Newton, like a mobile quarterback, like a Deshaun Watson type, a Lamar
So
Jackson.
not like Brady
So yeah, like not like Brady,
or Brian Hoyer
not like Brian. Yeah,
or
exactly.
Jarrett Stidham.
This is
Jared
exactly what I'm
Stidham's a
saying.
beast, man.
It's
We were talking about
exactly-
him earlier in the year.
Yeah, I was talking about that. You know, I had to front whatever. You know, I had to stall until they got Cam. You know, whatever. But now it's not looking good. I think the Chiefs are going to destroy the Patriots without that X factor.
We need to pull up everything that Riley said about Jared Stidham in the offseason before they signed
Honestly,
Cam.
Before
Before they
He's
signed
the
Cam.
future.
When he hyped
And then,
up
and then
Jared
we,
Stidham
they
so
signed
much.
Cam, and he was like, "Oh, thank God." I don't know how long I can keep that up.
Yeah, as soon as they
Honestly.
said that Brian Hoyer was better than him, he was like, "All right, I'm gonna hop off the train for a little bit."
Honestly, though, that's literally what it was like. I will.
Well,
admit,
I love how
being
we
here,
just
I'm
I love how we
I'm
just
a hypocrite.
hyped up the Chiefs for like 10 minutes, and then Riley
Yeah.
comes in and says, "Oh, if Cam Newton was playing,
Ah, he could
Man,
have. He
easy
totally
pick.
could have.
easy pick." So I
That was
think
free
that we're
money.
all, I think we're all
Belichick.
seeing a little bias here this week.
It's better than
Belichick.
Miami and Seattle. It's better against Miami than Seattle. Okay.
You can
True.
never.
I mean, bro.
I'll agree with you on that one, but I still think the Dolphins are gonna get it done. So
You can never bet against Bill Belichick. He's a genius.
Guys, what are we doing here? There's too much bias. There's too many crazy upsets. Miami over Seattle. Philly
Oh no,
over
I know it's gonna happen.
Philly
All
over
right,
the
Andres, you
Niners.
want to talk about Lions over Saints?
Anyways,
Andres, go
let's
ahead.
get to the true upset of the week.
Andres, go ahead.
Oh, I need some water. The Lions, the Detroit Lions over the New Orleans Saints. This one's actually going to hit, though, and I'll tell you why. Kamara is a lock to score week 4. You can check me out on Bleacher Report's Squad
Yes.
Ride show, and I am there. I'm telling everyone why Kamara is a lock to score week 4. Cash it in. It's free money. Just take it. It's free money. Anytime
don't
to
do
use
that. Every
It's
time we do that,
free
every time
money,
we do that,
Jay.
we
They're
fail.
gonna have people
Every
coming
for
time
our
we do
heads
that, we
soon.
fail. Every time
It's free
we do
money,
that,
Jake.
we're just wrong.
No, Jake, it's free. This one's a lock, okay? This one's a lock.
Real
It's a
estate.
lock.
We are not liable for anything that
It's a lock. Yeah,
You
you know
want
what?
to
Put me
abduct someone?
liable. It's a
Abduct
lock.
Andres. We're not doing this.
It's a
He's the
lock.
betting man.
Yeah, you know
We're-
what? I'll take responsibility.
We're
It's a
not
lock. It's
liable,
free
but
money.
if you do lock because of us, we get 50%. But yeah,
Yeah, that's the
that's just how it works. That's just how it works.
Okay. Kamara can
patents.
go out there and score 3 TDs for all I care. I'm gonna talk about Matthew Stafford. You remember him? Remember
Okay.
Kenny G? You remember Kenny G?
Do remember?
He had a
he's-
great
he's a
year
baller.
last year.
He's a baller.
Yeah, he's a baller. Marvin Jones Jr., Danny Amendola, DeAndre Swift, AP, Kerryon Johnson. That's 3 great. That's 3 above average running backs.
3 great running backs, man. What a
On
good
the
room.
same team.
What a good
Okay.
room.
Those
On
are
the
3.
same team.
Those are 3 running backs. Let's
Those
not
are
get these.
3 slightly above average running backs on the same team. DeAndre Swift has any hands at all, and this team is 2-1. That's a fact.
You're right.
That's a
That is
true
a factual
statement.
statement. That is a fact.
That's a fact.
Too bad he doesn't have hands.
That's a fact. Okay, Benji? Okay. We're not going to talk about the Lions. That's fine. Defense is like Swiss cheese. All right, holes. We know. Okuda. Jeff Okuda
Okuda.
had a pick on Kyler Murray.
He sucks.
fair.
So I mean, that's not that.
Drew
That's not that.
Brees.
It's not that impressive. It's not that impressive. It's not that impressive. Not that
Shut up.
Drew Brees is showing his age. All right? Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Can we all agree on that he's not throwing down the field anymore? Can
Yeah,
we all
we're 40
agree that
years
this
old.
Well,
offense...
the stats would disagree with you, but I
Can
agree.
we all agree that this offense is not as
okay.
high-powered?
I mean, he needs Michael
Thomas.
Thomas to run a bunch of 5-yard slants. That's
Guys,
just, that's
I'm
and-
just
and-
monologuing here. All right? I'm trying to talk myself into this pick. Right? Can we all agree that the Saints' offense is clearly not as high-powered as it once was
Yes.
in years past? All right? The defense is clearly not what it once was also. and Matthew Stafford's going to torch him. Yeah, I see everyone nodding. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Saints are going to pull it close. They're going to try to keep up with the Detroit Lions high-powered team. The Lions are obviously the favorites, and they're going to pull out the dub. And it's free money. You can bet on that, too. You can have a single-game parlay, and it's just Kamara to score a touchdown, and then Lions -7, and you can cash that. Take it to
the Lions, wait,
What are the
-7?
Oh no, they're it's actually only -3. You know, Saints -3. It's all -3.
Well,
Yeah.
Looks like Vegas
I'll-
and me know something.
I will say this. I'll say this. Okay, out of all our upset picks, besides the Eagles Niners, obviously that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But we'll just
Okay.
But out of all the other picks, I think this is the most likely. Okay, Lions have momentum. They played against the Cardinals. They beat them, and the Cardinals are, they're a team. They are a team. The Saints are going to be without Michael Thomas, without Marshawn Lattimore, and I think without Malcolm Jenkins. I don't know. Is someone else in the
Jared
secondary?
Cook either.
And without Jared Cook, I mean, there are signs for an upset. I'm not saying I'm picking them, but I might pick them. We'll see. I'll make my decision by tomorrow. And I'll give you this may happen. This may happen.
It's a lock. Jake says it's a lock.
I never said that.
Yeah. Andres this is the hardest I've seen Andres try to convince us about a pick since a while ago when he said that the Tampa Bay Bucks were gonna win the NFC South because of Dare
And look who's
Ogunbowale.
in first place. And look who's in first place in the NFC South.
Yeah, but I don't think it's because of Dare Ogunbowale.
Okay, the goal line beast, commonly referred to as Dare Ogunbowale, has yet to show up for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you know what? They're winning. They're winning despite a slow start for Dare Ogunbowale.
I'm pretty mad because I drafted him first round because of you. So,
took him over Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Well, look, there's one rule that I typically live by, and it's that the Lions always lose. And that's the rule that I'm going to have to apply to this weekend. We can talk about the Saints being like washed as much as we want, but the truth is they've played some pretty good teams. I'll give the Raiders credit. They played
the Raiders.
They played above
the amazing
team.
team.
The Raiders' offense is actually.
Which the Raiders are a playoff team, sure.
They
played the Raiders.
And then they played the Packers, arguably like the third or the second best team right now. Ultimately, the offense puts in work. They can get things done. The defensive line I still like with Cam Jordan in there. Ultimately, I think
name any other person on the Saints defensive line, and I will pick the Saints to win this week.
I don't even have to do that.
So I could. But no, that's fair. Riley.
I know. That's why I didn't ask.
You know who I'm gonna name? I'm gonna name Matt Patricia. As another reason to the Lions.
Yeah, that's your scapegoat for everything regarding the Lions ever.
Matt Patricia spawn. He's gonna run the Lions into the ground. He already is running Matthew Stafford's career into the ground, as well as Kenny G's. So for that reason,
is just amazing.
For that reason,
Kenny G's just a baller.
And for that reason,
you come back from an injury and you ball out against the Cardinals, which Benji has claimed they have a great secondary.
They do.
Kenny G is a monster.
Okay.
Feed him and Marvin Jones Jr.
No, don't feed Marvin Jones.
Yeah.
No.
Benji, you can trash me now, since Riley clearly has nothing.
No, I'm not going to. I'm gonna let that stand on its own. I feel like he deserves some credit for that. It was a smart call.
Yes.
To call out Riley. It was a good use of argumentative strategies.
Very good
advices.
Very good advices right there.
I think with that though, we're gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. You can check us out on Instagram at TradeBlock Podcast and on Twitter at TradeBlock Sport. We also post on YouTube, so check that out, please. And we'll see you next week. Bye.